You've been lied to. The story starts with the unyielding face of solid granite, a rock face that should only bear the scars of time. Yet, etched into its surface are footprints over 3 feet long, as if a race of giants once walked the earth. Located in the depths of the Appalachian Mountains, these tracks should be impossible. Geological consensus insists that granite forms deep below the Earth's surface, requiring millennia to cool and harden, making it impervious to such impressions. Unless, of course, the feet that made them belong to beings of unimaginable weight and size. These footprints laugh in the face of traditional geology. They mock the textbooks that claim human history is but a few thousand years old. But who benefits from keeping this secret buried? The granite itself seems to whisper betrayal, hiding stories that academia refuses to acknowledge. In 1820, a local farmer named Elias Bowers stumbled upon these gargantuan footprints while hunting. His initial report was met with skepticism, and soon after, those documents vanished. Mysteriously, the very site was marked as off-limits by the nascent United States Geological Survey, an entity dedicated more to eradicating inconvenient truths than promoting scientific inquiry. The official explanation was that the site was a protected area, but Elias knew better. He spoke of a second set of prints, leading into the mountain itself, suggesting a hidden chamber. His claims were met with ridicule, yet no one dared to explore further. Those who tried were swiftly silenced by governmental decree. Elias's simple discovery threatened the very foundation of what we are taught to believe about our past. Who erased his story and why? The answers lie in the shadows cast by the powers intent on keeping us in the dark. The pattern is undeniable. In 1856, an expedition led by Dr. Albrecht Grinwald uncovered similar footprints in the Sierra Nevada. His detailed sketches, once displayed in the Smithsonian, vanished under mysterious circumstances. Then in 1878, a construction crew in Ohio unearthed a massive sandal print fossilized in limestone, only for their find to be dismissed as a natural anomaly. The same year, a researcher in the Rockies reported seeing enormous humanoid shadows moving at dusk, their presence felt but never seen again. These incidents weren't isolated. They formed a tapestry of suppressed truths meticulously unraveled by those who dared to look beyond the veil. Each discovery threatened to shatter the illusion of mankind's solitary dominion over the earth. Yet, each was swiftly buried under a mountain of bureaucratic red tape and academic ridicule. The gatekeepers of history ensured these stories were never told. One must confront the undeniable truth. These footprints defy every principle of geology and anthropology. They suggest a past where giants roamed a nascent earth, where myths were more than just stories. Mainstream academia, with its rigid timelines and dogmatic adherence to a linear history, cannot accommodate these anomalies without unraveling. The establishment clings to a version of history that leaves no room for giants or their imprints. But look closer. Each footprint is a testament to a forgotten age, a whisper of a world erased from our collective memory. The granite holds its secrets with a stubborn silence, yet the truth is there for those brave enough to see. Ask yourself, what else have they hidden? What other wonders and terrors lie buried beneath the weight of accepted history? This isn't just about footprints. It's about reclaiming a past that was never ours to dream. A single, inescapable conclusion emerges. Our history is a fragile mosaic of truth and deception. These footprints, these undeniable imprints of past existences, beg the question, who wrote the textbooks that define our understanding of the world? The giants of stone challenged not just geology, but the very foundation of human history. Their existence implies a reality too immense for conventional narratives to contain. As the granite holds its ancient secrets, so too do the institutions that have crafted our history from selective truths. Before you dismiss these footprints as mere fantasy, ask yourself, who profits from this silence? What is the price of ignorance in a world built on forgotten giants? In the end, The mystery of these footprints leads us not just to question the past, but to scrutinize the present and the truths hidden in plain sight. The first tremor of doubt came in 1903 when an independent scholar, Dr. Hildegard Voss, published a paper detailing her findings on the thermodynamics required to imprint a footprint into solid granite. Her calculations were precise, her logic unassailable. Granite melts at approximately 1,215 to 1,260 degrees Celsius, a temperature no human foot could endure or generate. And yet, these footprints exist, mocking the laws of physics. Dr. Voss's work, however, was swiftly dismissed, her career nearly obliterated by academic ostracism. She dared to propose that ancient beings, with capabilities far surpassing those of mere mortals, once walked this earth. Her research, once a beacon of inquiry, was buried under a landslide of ridicule and denial. The scientific community turned its back, choosing instead to guard a narrative that left no room for giants. But why? What was so terrifying about the truth she uncovered? In 1911, an explorer named James Harrington stumbled upon another enigma while mapping the remote regions of the Catskill Mountains. There, he discovered a colossal stone slab with what appeared to be a sequence of giant footprints leading to an ancient, forgotten structure. Harrington's journals, filled with detailed sketches and meticulous notes, hinted at a civilization long lost to time. His discovery was never published, his findings languishing in obscurity. The slab, curiously, was later declared a sacred site, off-limits to further exploration. The institution that declared it so, the Historical Preservation Society, was a front, a gatekeeper designed to hide the inconvenient truths that Harrington had unveiled. What was hidden behind their veil of protection? A mere coincidence, or a calculated move to preserve a fragile historical narrative? The questions linger, unanswered, as the footprints fade into the annals of forbidden history. Delving deeper, one uncovers the story of a secret council meeting held in 1915, convened by influential academics and government officials. Their agenda was simple: ensure the preservation of a history untainted by the specter of giants. This clandestine assembly, known as the Committee of Orthodoxy, operated under the guise of promoting education, but in reality, was dedicated to purging anomalies from academic discourse. Records from this meeting, though heavily redacted, reveal discussions about redirecting funding away from research into controversial topics. They sought to erase the footprints from public consciousness, redirecting the narrative to a safer, more palatable version of history. Who were these men who decided what truths were acceptable? They were the architects of a reality built on selective memory, their legacy carved in the silence surrounding these mysterious imprints. Yet, the footprints remain as defiant reminders of their failure to fully control the truth. As whispers of these hidden truths began to surface, a new player emerged in 1918, the Enigmatic Order of the Veil, a secret society rumored to be dedicated to protecting humanity from truths deemed too dangerous to know. They were believed to have infiltrated academic institutions, ensuring that any research into the footprints was stifled before it could reach the public. Their methods were subtle but effective. Researchers were discredited, their work dismissed as pseudoscience. The order operated in the shadows, their influence felt but never seen. They were the custodians of a silence that spanned generations, their motives unclear, but their impact undeniable. What did they fear would happen if the truth were known? Perhaps the footprints held the key to a history that revealed humanity's true origins that might change everything we think we know about ourselves. The Order's existence remains a tantalizing mystery, a ghostly presence in the annals of forbidden history. The undeniable weight of evidence points to a singular truth. These footprints are not merely relics of an ancient past, but a challenge to the very fabric of our understanding. They beckon us to reconsider the neatly packaged narratives we've been fed, to question the integrity of the institutions tasked with safeguarding our history. The gatekeepers, those who profit from the maintenance of the status quo, have woven a tapestry of deception, one that unravels at the slightest tug of inquiry. As we stand on the precipice of revelation, it's clear that the true history of our world lies not in the pages of approved textbooks, but etched in stone, waiting for those brave enough to seek it. Before you dismiss these stories as mere legend, consider this. What truths have been left unrecorded, buried beneath the weight of time and denial? The footprints endure, silent yet screaming, a testament to a history that demands to be heard. Imagine the shock in 1892 when a group of miners unearthed a series of footprints deep within a cave in Kentucky. These were not just any footprints. They were preserved in layers of calcite, a mineral that takes thousands of years to form. The find was immediately classified by the mining company, a subsidiary of the enigmatic Industrial Mineral Syndicate, a conglomerate with ties to influential figures in both government and academia. The miners, sworn to secrecy, were compensated handsomely and reassigned. The site was sealed, the entrance collapsed, leaving no trace of this subterranean marvel. What were they hiding? The footprints suggested a presence that predated human history as we know it, a lineage of giants that had walked the earth before recorded time. Yet, the syndicate ensured that this revelation would never see the light of day. They buried the truth beneath layers of bureaucracy, a testament to their control over the narrative. The year was 1910, and Professor Albert Carver, an archaeologist with a penchant for the unconventional, stumbled upon a peculiar artifact in the Mojave Desert. It was a stone tablet inscribed with symbols resembling those found near the giant footprints. Carver's attempts to translate the glyphs led him to believe they depicted a forgotten race of titans, existing long before mankind's ascent. However, his groundbreaking work was abruptly halted when the tablet vanished from his university's archives. The institution, under pressure from the enigmatic Order of the Veil, declared the artifact a hoax, dismissing Carver's findings as mere fantasy. Yet, whispers of the tablet's existence persisted, hinting at its significance in understanding the footprint's origin. Carver's career was left in ruins, his reputation tarnished. Why was this artifact so dangerous to those who controlled the narrative? Its disappearance is a stark reminder of the lengths taken to guard the secrets of our past. Fast forward to 1919, where a daring adventurer named Lydia Hartwell embarked on an expedition to the remote reaches of Alaska. Her goal was to locate rumored giant footprints preserved in the permafrost, as described in native legends. Her journal, filled with vivid descriptions and photographs, chronicled her journey and discoveries. However, upon her return, Hartwell found her work systematically discredited by the North American Archaeological Society, an organization with deep ties to the academic establishment. Her findings were labeled as fabrications, and her evidence was confiscated. The Society's swift dismissal of Hartwell's work raised more questions than it answered. What was so threatening about her discoveries that warranted such immediate suppression? The footprints, if authenticated, would have rewritten the history of human migration and habitation in the Americas. But the gatekeepers were relentless, ensuring that her revelations remained buried in the cold depths of forgotten history. The pattern of suppression becomes undeniable when examining the tale of a mysterious manuscript discovered in 1914 in a forgotten library in New Orleans. Titled The Chronicle of the Titans, it recounted the history of an ancient race of giants, detailing their origins, culture, and eventual disappearance. The manuscript was attributed to an anonymous author, believed to be a scholar from the early colonial era. However, shortly after its discovery, the manuscript vanished, reportedly seized by federal agents. The Library of Congress, when questioned, denied any knowledge of its existence. The disappearance of this chronicle is emblematic of the systematic erasure of narratives that challenge established history. Who was behind this orchestrated censorship? The giants, as described in the manuscript, presented a version of history that was anathema to the powers that be. Their legacy, though hidden, persists in the whispers of those who dare to seek the truth. The evidence mounts, each piece a fragment of a larger puzzle, pointing to a history that defies conventional understanding. The footprints, the artifacts, the suppressed stories, they all converge on a single, unsettling conclusion. A race of giants once walked this earth, their presence deliberately erased from history. The institutions we trust to preserve and share knowledge have instead become the arbiters of what is permissible to know. As we draw the curtain on these revelations, one fact remains clear: the truth is not what we've been told. The footprints, with their silent testimony, challenge us to question, to probe beyond the veil of accepted narratives. They urge us to reclaim the stories that have been hidden, to seek the knowledge that has been denied. Before you dismiss these tales as mere myth, ask yourself, why are these truths so fiercely guarded? The footprints endure, a haunting reminder that history is written by those who control it. In 1917, a silent rebellion sparked in the quiet town of Eldridge, Texas, where locals began to speak openly about the footprints found in the nearby hills. These weren't just any prints. They were lined with ancient, unknown script, a language that defied translation. The townspeople, once silenced by fear of ridicule, now felt emboldened to share their stories. However, their courage was met with swift action. Enter the enigmatic Department of Historical Integrity, a shadowy government agency that descended upon Eldridge with an unsettling efficiency. They confiscated photographs, sealed off the area, and warned locals to remain silent or face severe consequences. The agency's involvement raised suspicions. Why would a government body intervene so decisively if these footprints were merely a natural curiosity? The answer was clear. The imprints threatened the sanitized version of history that had been meticulously constructed. The language etched into the stone whispered secrets too profound to ignore. A whisper ran through the halls of academia in 1912 when records revealed the existence of a secretive symposium, the Symposium of Giants, held at a remote estate in upstate New York. Attended by a select group of historians, geologists, and archaeologists, the gathering was shrouded in mystery. Rumors suggested that the participants discussed the implications of the giant footprints and their potential to rewrite human history. However, the symposium's proceedings were never published, and attendees were bound by an oath of secrecy. Those who dared to break their silence found their careers mysteriously derailed. The estate itself, once a beacon of inquiry, became a ghostly monument to hushed revelations. What truths were shared within its walls? The symposium remains a tantalizing enigma, hinting at a collective acknowledgement of the footprint's significance, a truth so potent that it was swiftly buried beneath layers of secrecy and denial. The year was 1916 when a daring journalist, Samuel Hawthorne, embarked on a quest to uncover the truth behind the giant footprints. His investigation led him to the archives of the once prestigious New England Historical Society, where he discovered a trove of suppressed documents detailing encounters with giants throughout history. These accounts, meticulously compiled, painted a picture of a world far older and more enigmatic than previously acknowledged. Hawthorne's exposé, however, was never published. His editor, under pressure from unknown entities, pulled the story, and the documents were returned to their dusty confines. Hawthorne's career was left in tatters, his reputation smeared. Yet, his efforts were not entirely in vain, for whispers of his findings continued to circulate among those who dared to question the accepted narrative. His legacy endures as a testament to the power of truth and the lengths to which some will go to keep it hidden. In 1914, an enigmatic artifact known as the Titan Seal was discovered by a group of spelunkers deep within a cavern system in the Ozarks. The seal, a massive stone disc inscribed with symbols matching those found with the giant footprints, was said to be a key to understanding the giants' lost civilization. However, before it could be studied, it was seized by the Bureau of Antiquities, a government agency with a reputation for suppressing controversial finds. The artifact vanished into the depths of the Bureau's vaults, its existence officially denied. The spelunkers, once hailed as heroes, were quickly discredited and their discovery dismissed as a hoax. The Titan seal represents a lost opportunity, a key to unlocking a past shrouded in mystery. Its disappearance raises a chilling question. What do those in power fear will happen if the seal's secrets are revealed? The answers remain locked away, guarded by those who hold the keys to our history. The footprints etched in stone serve as a haunting reminder that the history we know is not as complete as we believe. As the layers of deception are peeled back, an unsettling truth emerges. The giants, whether literal or symbolic, represent a chapter of human history that has been systematically erased. The institutions we trust to educate and inform have instead become gatekeepers of a narrative that serves their interests. The evidence, though fragmented and suppressed, points to a reality that challenges our understanding of the past and our place within it. As we conclude this journey into the depths of forgotten history, we are left with a choice: to accept the comfortable lies of the present or to seek the truth, no matter how unsettling it may be. The footprints, silent and enduring, beckon us to question, to explore, and to uncover the stories that have been hidden from us for far too long. The year 1919 marked a turning point, as a small but determined group of independent researchers banded together to form the Society for Historical Truth. Their mission: to uncover and share the suppressed narratives of our past, including the enigmatic giant footprints. Armed with evidence collected over decades, they sought to challenge the gatekeepers of history. The Society's efforts were met with fierce opposition from established institutions, who labeled them as fringe theorists. Despite this, the members remained steadfast, organizing underground lectures and distributing clandestine pamphlets detailing their findings. Their most compelling evidence was a series of interconnected maps showing sites across North America where similar footprints and artifacts had been discovered. These maps, painstakingly compiled, hinted at a vast network of ancient civilizations that had once spanned the continent. The Society's work ignited a spark, inspiring others to question the official narrative and seek the truth hidden beneath layers of denial. In 1913, a reclusive scholar named Evelyn Hawke uncovered a codex in a remote monastery in the Scottish Highlands. The codex, written in a script reminiscent of those found near the giant footprints, detailed the history of a race of giants who were said to have guided early human civilizations. Hawke's translation was meticulous, providing insight into the giants' advanced knowledge of astronomy, agriculture, and architecture. However, Hawke's work was abruptly halted when the codex was confiscated by the Royal Historical Institute, deemed too speculative for serious consideration. The Institute's intervention was a calculated move to suppress a narrative that threatened established historical doctrines. Yet, whispers of Hawke's findings continued to circulate among those who dared to question the status quo. The codex, though hidden away, remains a symbol of the knowledge that lies just beyond our grasp, waiting to be reclaimed by those with the courage to defy convention. The legacy of the giant footprints found an unexpected champion in 1911, an artist named Thomas Mallory, whose works captured the imagination of a public hungry for wonder. Mallory's paintings, inspired by the footprints and the legends surrounding them, depicted a world where giants roamed freely, shaping the land with their immense power. His art, vibrant and evocative, offered a glimpse into a forgotten past, sparking curiosity and debate. However, Mallory's success drew the ire of those invested in maintaining the official narrative. Critics, wielded by the establishment, dismissed his work as fantasy, while galleries were pressured to remove his paintings from display. Despite these efforts, Mallory's art endured, finding its way into private collections and underground exhibitions. His legacy is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling and the human spirit's unyielding quest to comprehend the mysteries of our existence. Through his brushstrokes, the giants live on, challenging us to explore the stories hidden in the shadows. In 1915, a daring expedition led by Captain Robert Langford set out to explore the uncharted regions of Patagonia, drawn by tales of giant footprints preserved in volcanic rock. The journey was perilous, taking the team through treacherous terrain and harsh weather. Yet, their perseverance was rewarded when they discovered a series of colossal footprints, each one perfectly preserved, as if frozen in time. Langford's meticulous documentation included photographs and plaster casts, providing undeniable proof of their existence. However, upon their return, the expedition's findings were swiftly seized by the South American Geological Commission, and Langford was forbidden from publishing his report. The Commission's intervention was a calculated effort to suppress a narrative that challenged conventional history. Despite this, Langford's findings fueled speculation and intrigue, inspiring a new generation of explorers to seek the truth hidden in the remote corners of the world. The footprints remain, enduring symbols of a history yet to be fully understood. As we draw the curtains on the story of the giant footprints, one truth emerges. The past is far more complex than we have been led to believe. The footprints, with their silent testimony, beckon us to question, to explore, and to seek the knowledge that has been denied. They challenge us to reconsider the narratives we have been taught and to embrace the mysteries that remain unsolved. The institutions that guard the official history have woven a tapestry of selective truths, yet the footprints endure, defying the boundaries of conventional understanding. They remind us that history is not a static entity, but a living tapestry, constantly evolving as new discoveries come to light. As we stand on the precipice of revelation, we are left with a choice: to accept the comfortable lies of the present or to seek the truth, no matter how unsettling it may be. The footprints, enduring and enigmatic, beckon us to explore the stories that have been hidden from us for far too long. In the year 1907, a peculiar event unfolded in the town of Ashford, Maine, where a series of giant footprints were discovered after a lightning storm. These tracks, embedded in granite, were revealed when the storm uprooted trees and scorched the earth. Local folklore spoke of thunder beings, colossal figures that roamed the land during storms. Intrigued, a group of amateur historians and folklorists banded together to investigate. They documented the footprints, creating detailed sketches and measurements, and interviewed townsfolk who shared tales passed down through generations. However, their efforts were thwarted when academic institutions dismissed their findings as fanciful and unscientific. The official narrative relegated their discoveries to the realm of myth, yet the townspeople remained convinced of their authenticity. The footprints, visible for only a brief period before being reclaimed by nature, left an indelible mark on the community's collective memory, a reminder of the mysteries that remain just beneath the surface. In 1918, a curious artifact known as the Giant's Talisman surfaced in a small auction house in New York City. The talisman, a large stone amulet inscribed with symbols identical to those found with the giant footprints, attracted the attention of collectors and researchers alike. Its provenance was shrouded in mystery, with the auctioneer claiming it had been part of a private collection for decades. Bidding was fierce, but before the auction concluded, the talisman was withdrawn without explanation, reportedly purchased by an anonymous buyer. Speculation abounded as to the identity of the buyer, with rumors suggesting ties to powerful institutions intent on concealing its significance. The talisman's sudden disappearance only added to its mystique, leaving researchers to wonder what secrets it held and why it was deemed too dangerous to remain in public hands. The artifact's elusive nature serves as a poignant reminder of the lengths taken to preserve the official narrative. In 1914, a mysterious journal was discovered in an attic in Charleston, South Carolina. Written by an unknown author, the journal detailed an expedition to a hidden valley in the Andes, where the author claimed to have found remnants of a giant civilization, including massive stone tools and dwellings. The journal's authenticity was questioned, yet its vivid descriptions captivated those who read it. The author's notes suggested a connection between the South American giants and those who left footprints in the Appalachians and elsewhere. As news of the journal spread, the South American Antiquities Commission intervened, declaring the account a fabrication and confiscating the journal for further study. The journal's disappearance only fueled speculation, prompting others to embark on their own journeys in search of the elusive valley. Despite the Commission's efforts, the stories persisted, inspiring a generation of explorers to seek the truth hidden within the mountains. The year 1911 saw the emergence of a controversial theory proposed by Dr. Thomas Fairchild, a maverick geologist who suggested that the giant footprints were the remnants of a lost epoch in Earth's history. According to Fairchild, this epoch was characterized by seismic activity and a climate conducive to the existence of giant beings. His hypothesis, though dismissed by mainstream geologists, sparked intense debate. Fairchild published his findings in a self-funded journal, distributing copies to libraries and universities. However, his work was quickly discredited by the Geological Society, which labeled it pseudoscience. Despite this, Fairchild's theory gained a following among those who questioned the rigidity of established scientific doctrine. His work, though marginalized, inspired others to reconsider the geological timelines and to explore the possibility of a past that defied conventional understanding. Fairchild's legacy endures as a testament to the power of questioning the status quo and seeking answers beyond accepted boundaries. As we conclude our journey into the enigma of the giant footprints, we are left with a profound realization. The history we accept is but a shadow of the truth. The footprints, with their silent testimony, beckon us to challenge the narratives we have inherited and to seek the knowledge that lies beyond. They remind us that history is not a static tale, but a dynamic tapestry, woven from the threads of countless stories, some hidden, others forgotten. The institutions that guard the official narrative have crafted a version of history that serves their interests, yet the footprints endure, defying the constraints of conventional understanding. As we stand on the brink of discovery, we are faced with a choice: to accept the comfortable lies of the present or to embrace the mysteries of the past. The footprints, enduring and enigmatic, urge us to explore the stories that have been concealed for far too long.